let's talk about the one everyone wants to talk about. Um, Mulan. Oof, I gotta start with the positive with this. First up, the soundtrack is amazing. It's it's done really well. The production design, the costumes, they were all made very well. You can tell there's a lot of heart and soul when it came to like building the sets, creating the costumes. And I really fucking enjoyed that. All the actors and the actresses in the movie, they played the role pretty well. The main girl who plays Mulan, she did a great job. Her father was great. The witch, the actor who did the witch was pretty well. Um, the villain, he did good for what he was. There was never like a bad performance in the movie. Is what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of sequences in the movie that's very entertaining. There's a lot of entertaining fight scenes, war scenes. Some scenes are kind of dark at times. I was like, whoa, Disney, you're pushing it, but like you're pushing, you're growing up. And the final positive for me is that there's a lot of gayness in this movie, man. I was shocked. I was like, whoa, Disney, you sly dog. They never straight up say it out loud, which is kind of disappointing because, 2020. But, like, there's a lot of times where it's, like, in your face alluded to the point where it's obvious. Like, whoa. It's not necessarily two characters. It's more like two characters who have a confrontation with Mulan. There's a scene where someone's trying to smell her. Bullshit. That person was not trying to smell her. I won't spoil who the other character is. That there was a lot of games around them. I was like, whoa, wow. Okay, all right. I see this. Oh, and that was just kind of cool to see. Not only because it's cool for the LGBTQ community, but also like this movie was specifically made for China, and China has some weird restrictions when it comes to gay people and black people. So the fact Disney went for that, I was like, whoa, okay, Disney, okay. Now we're gonna talk about the negatives of Mulan, because not every movie's perfect, guys. So one of the negatives is that if you aren't Mulan in this movie, you are very underdeveloped, man. Everyone in this movie was one-dimensional if you weren't Mulan. Even the dad was kind of one-dimensional, but they make you simple. Aside from everyone, the dad is the only character who you like feel for throughout the entire movie. That's not Mulan. Everyone else, you're like, oh yeah, you're here, you're there, you exist. Which is weird because they have Donnie Yen and Jet Li, and like you think they'd give them more characterization because they're bigger star. Nah, not really. Nah, they're there. So it was a little weird because in the OG, not trying to compare it to the original, but I will. Yeah, they gave everyone characterizations with like music, which obviously that's missing. The other negative I had was that this movie felt rushed. There's so many times this movie just felt rushed. I was like, that was choppy. That was weird. Why are they doing this there? Why didn't do this then? It just felt really rushed, man. I was kind of like, okay, I'm in it with the ride, but it's like things are going a little fast, and we're just jumping to here and there. So that was kind of sad to see. Another complaint from me about the movie is that nothing really new is added to the story. There are new elements. There are things that make this movie new because they took out some previous elements, but nothing really new factors into this story. If you know the story, you know how it's going to play out. You know how it's going to begin, the middle, and the end. But they did add. Okay, there's this one thing they added, but it's super fucking cliche, man. It's like cliche. It's like hero of the story 101. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I kind of gotta spoil it. It's not even that. Have you seen The Matrix, Star Wars, any movie that involves someone very special, like Lego Movie, yeah, they do something with that with the main character, and it was just like, why? We didn't need this. Find it very weird that in the original, the whole message was you can be any girl and you can do whatever you want. But in this version, it's like you have to be a girl with powers and a certain special kind of girl in order to be this special. It's little nitpicks like that that makes me like the original a bit more, you know. So yeah, that was a little weird. Um, but yeah, that was something like they wanted to make it realistic, right? They didn't add Mushu, the music. What did they have instead? We're gonna make her be the one. I was like, okay, and we're gonna have a witch, right? Realistic. Gotcha, Disney. Also, there's a lot of weird like zoom ins on characters. There's a bunch of weird zoom ins. I was like, is this even necessary? Do we need zoom ins right now? Like, I don't understand. There's a lot of weird choices. Like, we'll zoom in on like when people are just standing normally, and we're zooming to their face. It's so weird. I was like, that's why, you know. Um, that was just something really weird. So, when she turns into the soldier, again, one of the things that felt rushed, it was just like that. Next thing she already has like she has her battle suit on, she's ready, and I was like, so we're just gonna brush over that this is kind of a big deal that she's putting on her battle gear to be a man or to look as a man so that her father, we're just gonna, okay, got it, it's fine, Disney's doing something new, all right. And I was like, and you know, when the movie was over and after analyzing it more and more, I'm like, it's nice, it's a nice Disney movie that happens to exist. I'll say this, as a movie on its own, it's good. It's good for the entire family. It's way more entertaining than Unhinged. It's far better quality than Unhinged at a big budget. Mulan felt developed. So as a movie on its own, like if it wasn't a Disney remake, I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. But because it's a Disney remake, I'd have to rank it as a Disney remake a 6 out of 10. Because even though it's good, I've just seen a version that's far better, that's far developed, and it's like, I know I'm never going to go back to that movie and rewatch it unless like I'm on a plane or I'm feeling bored or like my cousins come over and they want to watch something. Like, I'll watch it because they're watching it. Or I'll watch it because I have nothing else to do. And if it happens to be on a TV where I'm at, I'll watch it. But I'm never going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to rewatch Mulan. I'm going to watch that. Because I'm always like, oh, I'm in the mood for Mulan. You know, cartoon. I'll put that. I love that movie. It has the music, it has the heart, it has Mushu. Like, I just enjoy that far more. So if I'm being honest, I have to rank it with my heart, man. Total, man, 6.5 out of 10. I give it credit for being different than the other live action remakes. But I'm not going to give it a 7 out of 10 because even though it is good, I just found a lot of problems with it. I was like, yeah, but, you know, I've kind of seen this done better. And shorter. This movie's like 2 hours. The other one's like an hour and 30. For Mulan, it's not worth those 30 to 35 bucks, man. It's not worth it. Wait for it to be on December when it's free, you know. And plus, again, it's stupid. We have to pay 30 bucks for a streaming server already paying every month. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Be safe out there. And see ya.